What has changed about the production between 2006 and today?
The focus has really changed. The story was much more centered around Adam and Eve the first time round.
So first of all, you have to imagine something that no one's ever experienced before on this earth.
Adam and Eve versus the angels and demons versus sin and death.
Matrix meets ballet.
And by changing the name to Sophia's Fall, the focus has changed to the battle really between Sophia and Lucifer.
A hierarchy of angels rising against each other.
Adam and Eve are now the pawns.
Love and pain and fear in paradise, hate and greed and jealousy in paradise, spite and guilt and tears in paradise, forever and forever and forever your paradise. Lost and pain and fear in paradise.
We all fell in love with the show. We fell in love with the beauty of the story. The story, everybody knows something about the story of Lucifer and the angels being in heaven and then having a war and then falling and Lucifer becoming Satan. But nobody knew this version, which has Sophia, the goddess of wisdom, as Lucifer's lover. So here we are in front of the Producers Club. This is where we did the very first showcase of Paradise Lost, which of course is now Sophia's Fall. We rehearsed here and actually put movement to it for the first time, where Jason Summers, our now director-choreographer, choreographed it here.
In 2006, I was asked by Rob Seidelman, who was currently the director of the show back then in 2006, and one of the co-writers, to come on board and create the movement and choreography for the show. Taking on the title of director, really the vision has to come from me entirely. The first time I worked, a lot of the vision had already been in place, and I was just there to kind of add to that vision. Now, the responsibility is totally on my lap to create the entire vision, which is exciting and overwhelming at the same time.
Do you think there's a vision coming?
I do think there's a vision coming, and that's why people should come.
I fight for love.
What are the new challenges facing you as the director of the show?
It's really a chance to specify what each style will be, and to allow heaven to have its own vocabulary, allow hell to have its own vocabulary.
Hop sent this down for you to try out, all right?
Sure. Oh.
Goes over your head. They're buttons. Look, watch out for the buttons.
Ah, the buttons.
Because it's this otherworldly kind of thing, there's nothing set in stone. What style do you choose to incorporate for Adam and Eve versus the angels and demons versus sin and death?
We did do a little bit of shopping today, right?
Yeah.
What did we get?
And we got some shiny black fabric for Sin.
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
That's going to make a sexy looking dress.
Yeah. And it's a little thin, but I think that'll be okay.
Yeah.
Alright. Ooh, look. Oh, it really does cover all the most important parts. So, should I...
And we talked a lot about the wings too.
Yeah, but we didn't find the material for wings today. I hope we can find it in another store.
So, where would I...
I'm just worried that we end up with something that looks like a Halloween costume. See, I think with the limited budget, we're better off with the idea of wings than with something that looks a lot like a wing.
I can't really see to snap it myself.
What do you think about the wings? How should they be?
They should look like wings.
So obviously I'm going to have a couple of dressers attending my every need and every turn.
I would like to make something attack from the center of the back and go around the shoulder and go along the arm, and they can dance with the wings.
So here's a bunch of movement. Now here's the thing. Now,
Well, you're the clothing designer here. You're going to have a corset.
on the corset, I will have to have assistance then. Somebody to shove their foot in my back and go,
Yeah, sort of a vinyl looking thing, I think.
a vinyl corset?
Yeah.
In times to come when humans think of you.
I think it's a really exciting thing to be a part of.
NYMF is special because there's a bunch of shows that come together that they call, of course, original shows.
It's great that for the last 2 years we've had this festival. There are so many people in this industry who are bemoaning the death of the musical theater.
I think it's wonderful.
It's wonderful
Just wonderful.
that this festival has come together as a community to reinvent it and to make people understand that no, there are still great writers out there. It is far from dead. It's a community, and you get the sense of all of these talented professionals coming together. We all want to see each other succeed.
And now, let's get you a ticket so you can come see the show.
Because that means that musical theater gets to continue.